Hey there. So you've already learned how to squat the pull, the arm action of pulling under, as well as the overhead squat itself. Now it's time to put those three movements together into one, the full snatch. So, starting from the floor, you want to make sure you're feeling your entire foot throughout the entire movement, especially off the floor, because if you start with your toes, you're going to get pulled forward and jump forward, which is an inconsistency. And with the heels, you're going to overly push the bar out. So it's key to stay over the midfoot throughout the entire pull. So you want to keep that bar close with your upper back nice and tight the whole time. Nothing is relaxed in this movement. You pull up, bar stays close, stay over your midfoot. And then it's all about coming up to that triple extension, knees, ankles, and hips, all at the same time. It sends the bar vertically, and your arms create the path into the overhead position. Okay. Just after going through the basic movement a few times, you might notice some things feel a little off or iffy. Here are a few common mistakes that a lot of people, when they're just picking up the movement, they may find themselves doing either knowingly or unknowingly. But anyways, number one I find is either letting the bar come away from you off the ground. This can be from either a relaxed upper back, meaning you're just loose in here, you're just letting the bar kind of drift away and then come back into yourself. This is going to again create that looping effect where the bar is you're going to catch it too far back and it's going to come behind you, or you're just going to push it too far in front of yourself and you're going to drop anyways. So just to illustrate that one more time, if you're relaxed and you let that thing come away from yourself, it might go just like that. But if you keep it nice and close, you have a nice tense back off the floor, your arms are ready to bring it into the right spot. Next common issue, and this is something that's going to be difficult to get the feel for right off the bat, but it's always good to be thinking about it, even in your squats and pulls, even in things that aren't the full lifts. And that's going to be midfoot or full foot pressure. A lot of people, you'll find they come up, just their heels are already off the ground in the first pull, they're way up on the toes, and this just ends up making you either come forward or backwards, but just not balanced and pushing through all the muscles you have. Just not a connected system that way. So either toes or heels, not good. The focus should be right in the middle the entire time, nice and smooth. Okay, and last common error we're going to go through here is off the ground, people not keeping that consistent back angle up to the finish, or until you pass the knees, I should say. Not staying straight up to here, but instead maybe letting their hips come up, utilizing their back a little bit more. I mean, you might be stronger pulling, but because you're pulling this back first, you're most likely messing with your midfoot pressure again, but also just not putting your quads in a place to drive vertically. Instead, you're putting your hips in a position to extend, which again is going to cause that not straight bar path, that loop backwards, that hop forward, all inconsistencies we don't need again. So you just have to ensure that you're not going into that easy position, but instead forcing weight onto your quads, pulling up and through, nice and vertical. And lastly, to recap all the necessary positions for the snatch, give you guys a bit of a checklist to go through every time you're lifting. So in the starting position, you want hips and knees about in alignment. That gives you a nice position to push midfoot with the quads, shoulders retracted, nice and tight together, pinch those rhomboids, and arms relaxed at that elbow. Head up, eyes up, keep that bar close up to the knees. Back angle shouldn't change, you should still be pushing with your quads. You may need to push the knees out a little bit to get them out of the way and keep that bar nice and close. Next, you're just focusing on bringing the bar into yourself, not coming towards the bar, not searching for it with your hips, but just being patient, pulling it up towards yourself, and extending with all of your legs at the same time, not just the hips. Don't just search for contact. So Back angle can open up finally. Knees extend. You pull under. Little widening in the jump, so let's just do that again. Little widen at the jump, pull under. That movement all at once. Now the idea with the arm action again, you've sent the bar vertically, and now here, especially when the weight gets heavier, you're going to be actively pulling yourself underneath that weight. That's why that arm action is so important, especially with the heavier weights. It is really necessary to speed your body up under the weights. And that widening of the feet is just to give you a little bit more stable of a base and allow you to sit a little bit more straight vertically so you can support that weight overhead better. So that's how you snatch. That's a quick run through of everything for you, just so you can see it in the video and not just on the documents. But thanks everybody for watching.